Hey guys, it's me. Allie added something to your notes. Okay, so let's get started on today's work. I've already started 12.3 writing expressions. I had done a whole thing on 12.4. I actually skipped 12.3 and I thought, oh my gosh. So yeah, I had to go back and do another one for y'all. Like my hat. Okay, so keywords you need to know are on page 526 in your book. I'm not going to write down every single one of the words that you need to know. They're even organized. Look right here. I don't want to show any answers. Ooh, there we go. Okay, look, they're even organized in addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. They got all these words and they have examples of what it looks like. And I'm not going to write all of that down because you got it right there in your book. So it's the same thing, right? So look at these so that you learn what all of that means. All of this is the same as that. Seriously, all of that is the same as that. All of this is the same as that. Something you need to mark in your book. More than, less than. Do you see that? Those are what I call, yes, I'm writing in my book, red flag words. They're weird, y'all. I'm about to show you what I mean, but they're weird. Look right here in your book. It says 3, I guess I can just show you right here. 3 more than 7. It's not going to be 3 plus 7 because look how it's written. Whatever word is before the more than goes at the end. See, I don't even have to write this stuff down for you. So whenever you see more than or less than, that number that's at the beginning goes at the end. You see that? 6 less than subtraction. 6 less than 9. Notice the 6 is coming at the end. Do you see that? Those are my red flag words because they're weird. Whatever number or word, the word form of the number that's at the very beginning, it goes to the end. Like 3 more than 7, 7 plus 3. 6 less than 9, 9 minus 6. It actually is wrong. You're going to be like, well, 7 plus 3 and 3 plus 7 is the same answer. It's 10. How can that be wrong? Trust me, it is. In the world of math, it's wrong. So you've got to memorize whatever you see more than or less than. No, it's going to be flipped to the end. Whatever number is at the beginning, like this, right before that group of words and right before that group of words goes at the end. I cannot stress this enough. That's why I keep repeating myself. Everything else is pretty straightforward. This shows you 3 different ways to write multiplication. Y'all know that. We don't do the X much anymore though. And y'all know why? Because of the variables that we're using, the letters. That will get confusing. So typically when doing this, chapter 12, we're going to be doing the parentheses and the dot. Okay? Same with over here. You got to get used to the 3 different ways of doing division. Okay? But again, red flag words, more than, less than, and the number that's written immediately before goes at the end. See, 6 at the end, 3 at the end. I think y'all got it. Alrighty. So there, keywords are on page 526 in your book. If you want, go ahead and like fold down that page or something like that so that you will be able to find it again because you're going to probably need it. I'd start memorizing that stuff. Yes, I would. Okay, so let's start doing examples. All right, I'm going to do like that skill check 1. That's right below that. Let's just do some of that. All right, the quotient. Let me tell you how you should do these because these are going to get harder. This is like the introductory type thing. So these aren't as bad as what's going to come. So I tell even, guys, seriously, I tell even my Algebra 1 students, my high school students even, to do exactly what I'm doing here. In your book, it's already written down in words, right? Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable here. Okay, so it's already written in words in your book. So right below that, do kind of like what I'm doing here. So it says the quotient. What does quotient mean? Division. Better not be red. Of 14 and 8. 14 and 8. Write that down just like that. See this and word? That division sign is going right there. So your answer is 14 divided by 8. There's your answer. The good thing, okay, the hard thing about this is we're dealing with words. If you're anything like me, and we've talked about some of my learning disabilities and everything, if they're anything like me, this stuff is not going to be as easy as it may be for someone else. Okay? Because whenever we have words in math, oh my gosh, y'all, I have trouble with that. But the good thing about this is you're not having to do any math. You're not having to solve anything. You're just writing this down. You're writing the expression. That's it. So that's the good thing. Now, because of my learning disabilities, this is what I grew up doing, marking right below it, and for some reason, it just really helps. It's kind of like diagramming sentences. I hated diagramming sentences, hated it with a passion. But once I had a teacher that really taught me how to diagram, it actually made my life a lot easier. So, let's keep moving on. Next one is 8 increased by 30. Okay, we have 8, so I'm going to write 8. Increased, what does increased mean? If you don't remember, look at all, on that page up at top, 526. For all those words, increased means plus by 30. It's already written down. So guess what? Your answer is 8 plus 30. That's what you are doing today. Not so bad, right? The next day's work is a little different. Okay, so let's do another one. Notice I'm writing this down. You have it already written down in your book, so even when you're doing your homework, if you can write nice and neat, just write this stuff underneath. Then it'll help out, okay? I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying it's very helpful to. 25 less than 14. Uh-oh. Less than. Red flag word. Words, plural. I'm not an English teacher. Less than. Those are your red flag words. So, remember what I told you. I'm going to write right here. 25. That's 25, so I'm writing that. Less than, that's subtraction. 14. But if you remember the rule, whatever is written immediately before those red flag words goes at the end. So in this case, instead of 25 minus 14, it's 14 minus 25. Does that make a little bit more sense? Here's your red flag words. Don't tell Miss Lily. Less than is subtraction. 25 is immediately before that, so you're moving that 25 to right after the next thing. So 14 minus 25. If you write 25 minus 14, you will get a completely different answer, and it's the wrong answer. Okay? Even though plus, you don't get a different answer, you will still have your paper marked wrong. Not just by this teacher, but every math teacher everywhere, unless they're just a different math teacher. Okay, 20 times negative 4. Okay, what does times mean? Multiplication. I'm putting a dot there because, again, we may be using some variables and I don't want to get y'all confused. 20 times negative 4. This negative 4 is all together. That would be negative 4. So, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to do 20 times negative 4. You just have to write it out. So 20 times negative 4, it could be 20 times negative 4, or you could say 20 times negative 4. I don't want y'all doing the X. I know it shows in your book, but we've discussed what happens, and if you have a parent or an adult listening in, they're going to tell you, yeah, she's right, don't be doing that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's see. There are some word phrases. Common ones on page 527. Okay, it's basically talking about when to use a variable. That's why we're not using the X for multiplication right there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. You can look at those. Those are great examples, so that like after you're done with this video, if you didn't write down all this information, all you have to do is look at this page. It's got wonderful examples. Okay, but let's go ahead and do some more of the other examples on our own. Okay, so I want to do negative 38 minus k. Well, there's that. And k is just any number, so it's negative 38 minus k. That's it. That's it. Another one. The product of 19 and a number. Okay, so as you can see with these word phrases, you use a variable when they just give you like a number. Okay, you don't know what it is. So you're just, it's like substituting. And I'm going to do a whole lot of these examples too. Okay, so product, what does product mean? Product is multiplication. I'm using the dot. 19 and, there's that and word, a number. Do we know what the number is? No, we don't know. 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever. We don't know. It doesn't matter because you're not having to solve anything. So if we were in class, I would just call random students and say, choose a random number, letter. And let's call it N for number. So I'm going to call this N. So we are multiplying 19 and N. You could write it as 19 times N or 19 times N this way. Either one is okay. Notice why we wouldn't put an X there, because look, 19xN, that could be confusing. In the world of algebra, you just said 19 times X times N. Truly. Kind of like that substitution thing y'all just did. All right, let's jump into some problems. Let's move on. I think you guys are already understanding this. Yeah, let's just forget about some of those skill checks and let's just jump in, okay? All right, we're going to start with section A. I'm going to do some also in B, but we're not going to get into some of the craziness, all right? So turn to page 528 for examples. And I'm going to do some with you. Now, after a while, when you start feeling more comfortable with the examples I'm doing, I don't want to keep repeating myself, which I do all the time, but I want you to start pausing the video, working the problems out, and then coming back and seeing if you're getting them right, okay? Because that's very helpful to yourself also. All right, number 1, the sum of 5 and negative 9. Okay, now, and you don't have to write this down because it's in your book, and you can just, make notes underneath, or you can write, I don't care. Sum, you're adding 5 Here's my and then negative 9 is negative 9. So then you would write it as, and oh, and that's right, I forgot. That plus goes right here where the and is. So your answer is 5 plus negative 9. All right, let's do 3. 20 decreased by 12. Whoops, I almost wrote the number. Okay, 20 decreased by 12. Okay, 20 decreased, that means it's getting smaller by 12. So it would be written 20 minus 12. Five. The difference between 19 and 3. I don't know about y'all, but seriously, words make me crazy. Okay, so difference, what does difference mean? Subtraction. 19 and 3. Remember, the subtraction goes right there where the and is, so you have 19 minus 3. Okay? Looking at my notes. Making sure I'm doing the right stuff. You never know with me. All right. 7. I think by now y'all should be pausing these things, working it out, and then checking. See if you got it correct. All right. Negative 15 divided by 3. Okay. Negative 15 divided by, that's a key word, by 3. So negative 15 is being divided by 3. So you would write it as negative 15 divided by 3, or you could say negative 15 divided by 3. With algebra, that's what y'all need to be doing. Okay? Because, again, it's kind of like the x with multiplication. If you were to do this, that's not going to help you when you're doing these algebraic expressions that you are going to be doing next year and the year after that. So you need to actually start moving away from this and doing this. This is when you're actually having to work it out off to the side. If you're like, I don't know how many times, 3 goes into negative 15, then you do this off to the side, but not in your as an answer, is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not saying you can't do that, just not as an answer. Okay, the product of 5 and 13. Okay, product, that's multiplication, dot, 5 and 13. This operational sign or whatever goes where that and is, so it's 5 times 13, or 5 times 13. Either one. Okay, y'all ready for some hairier stuff? Yes, I said hairy, because it gets hairy. All right, wait till you see the next lesson. All right, 11. It says, write an algebraic expression for each word phrase. You're doing the same thing we're doing right now, or we've been doing. The only thing you're going to do is you are going to be using some letters this time, okay? It isn't bad, don't worry. K plus 27. We know that that means that. We don't know what K is. That's just a variable in place of whatever number. So your answer is K plus 27. Isn't that terrible? All right, 13. In subtracted from, ooh, this is a good one. 16. Okay, this, I should add this to my red flag letters, words. The only thing is, let me explain. This word right here, from. Sometimes some students get confused with that and some don't. Whenever it's subtracted from, in is being subtracted from 16. So this would in fact be written 16 minus n. Kind of like that red flag words that I was telling you about, those red flag words. So n would be going at the back again, and that's subtraction. Okay, it's kind of like those red flag words. And it's this word from that's the key word. I will tell you, there are more. My red flag words there, less than and more than, there's a ton of those. Very seldom are you going to come across this. Okay, you'll come across it, but you're going to see a whole lot of more thans and less thans in your life than you will this. Okay? Just saying. That's why I tell students all the time, learn those more than, less than. All right, a number multiplied by negative 37. Okay, do we know what the number is? So what do y'all want to call it? Let's call it R for Miss Rogers. Multiplied. Y'all can call it whatever you want, by the way. I'm calling mine R. Cecilia could call hers C. Emma could call hers E. You know, Josh, J. Aiden, A, whatever. You know. Okay, so a number, we don't know what it is, so it's R, multiplied by negative 37. So it could be R times negative 37, but when we're doing algebra, we don't do R negative 37. We could. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. It should be written negative 37R. The number typically, by rule of algebra, the number comes first and then the letter. But guys, I'm going to tell you something. I will not count off. No way, Jose, if you were to do it like this, if you were to do it that way, I'm not going to count off. I'm not. I have to with the more than and less than rules. I have to. And any math teacher will tell you that. But I'm not going to be picky. It should be this way. The number comes before the variable, but I'll be just happy if you understand this stuff and get something similar. Okay? I'm not going to be mad about that or even take off. No way. Just understand what you're doing. That's all that matters. Okay. I've got to quit talking so much. All right, 17. Y times 13. All right, we're multiplying. So, okay, this is another one. You would want to say y times 13, which is okay. But if you combine them, it really needs to be 13y. Okay? Because, again, the number should come before the letter. I'm not going to count off, but you need to remember that. So you should be writing these answers down in your book, so when you're doing your homework, you have something to reference by. Okay, 19. Yes, we're doing a lot of these. For more than R. Okay, I have 4 in... There's my... Oops, I'm sorry. There's my red flag words. More than. We're adding, but This 4 is going to come at the end of that R. So it's going to be R plus 4. That 4 has to come at the end because that's a red flag word. The 4 moves over there. 21. Negative 12. God darn it. 12 divided by n. Okay, negative 12 divided by n. Okay, you know what that means. You know divided means divided. Negative 12 is negative 12. And then we have the n because we don't know what it is. It's unknown. So you could write it, multiple ways. You could do negative 12 divided by n. Your book doesn't have it even written like this. They have it doing like this. But either one's correct. So either one of those. Now for your homework, just choose one way. You don't have to choose all the possible ways and put or this and or that. Just show me one way of doing it and you're good to go. Just as long as I know you understand this. Oh, this is a dumb one. The result of subtracting J from 13. Okay. Subtracting J from. There's that word again. From. Okay. We're subtracting J from 13. So it's going to be 13 minus J. Because of that, that's weird. It goes at the end. So 13 minus J. Okay? I'm thinking you guys are getting it. I'll do, I guess, a couple more. And I know some of you are like, oh my gosh. I just want to make sure everyone has a good understanding of this. Then you'll leave your parents alone. Okay. The sum of 17 and n. Sum is adding. We got 17 and n, so that plus goes right there. 17 plus n. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I think y'all got the point. We're beating a dead horse. So you're going to be doing page 528 to 529. You're going to be doing numbers. Two through 24 even. That's 12 problems. I think you can handle it. Okay, this is going to be due. I don't even know what today is. Okay, this is going to be due Thursday. Sorry. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Okay, this is due Thursday. You have IXL. Okay, you have a quiz Thursday. And your IXL is due Thursday. Okay, if it wasn't for my whiteboard over here, I'd be completely lost. Okay, so 2 through 24 even is due Thursday. You have a quiz Thursday, and your IXL is due Thursday. Okay? Right? Yeah. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.